Okay, so hello guys and welcome once again for today's video, and as the title itself says, kung ano man sabi sa title ng video na to, we will now proceed with fluid mechanics and hydraulics. So when we say fluid mechanics, it is a branch of mechanics that studies about fluids, specifically about liquids and gas. And when we say ba't di ko sinusulat? Sige, sulat na lang pala natin, no? Okay, so once again, when we say fluid mechanics, so this is a branch of mechanics that deals with fluids. So basic lang. So that deals with fluids. So when we say fluids, this is a combination or let's say the separation. Basta when we say fluids, this is liquid plus gas. So it is the combination or the separation of liquid and gas. So apologies, tabingi, ayan pala. Okay, so that is for fluid mechanics. So for hydraulics, so nung pong pinagkaiba nila ng fluid mechanics. So fluid mechanics is a general term and hydraulics is a branch of fluid mechanics. That studies about engineering liquids. Engineered or engineering liquids. So that deals or studies about engineering liquids. So, di naman siguro tinatanong to sa board exam, pero kung tinanong man, at least alam nyo na. So yun lang, separation lang. And in here guys, to begin with the subject matter, let me first show you an overview of the formulas that are often needed in fluid mechanics and hydraulics. So we have these terms which are not limited to. So meron po tayong mass density, we have the ideal gas law, unit weight, specific volume, capillary rise, viscosity, surface tension, pressure disturbance, celerity, and the like. So we will be dealing with this part per part para naman hindi magulo-gulo yung mga utak nyo. And ayun, once again, it is not limited to this, and don't you worry guys, I will post this in our Google Classroom. So yung soft copy para hindi na po kayo mag-screenshot pa. And ayun, so to begin with the subject matter, papakita ko lang sa inyo to. And in order for us to progress with hydraulics and geotechnical engineering, we must first get accustomed to the formulas and the units involved. Kasi dito po sa hydraulics and geotechnical engineering, yung scores nyo dito is dependent, once again, upon your understanding. So medyo self-explanatory na yun. And your memorization in formulas. So throughout this course, this series of videos, so tuturuan namin kayo ng mga technique paano po makapag-memorize ng formula and the like. So meron po tayo yung mga mnemonics and well, the like na naman. And ayun, pero dun po muna tayo sa pinaka-basic kasi kahit memorize po natin minsan yung mga formula, pag di po natin alam yung mga basics, just like mass density, wala din lang po tayong mapapala. So let us now proceed with our first problem here. So in our first problem, a lead ball, so lead po pala yan, a lead ball has a total mass of 80 kilograms with a specific gravity of 11.3. Determine the unit weight of the ball, then the diameter. So first things first, ano po ba yung mga yan? So mass, yan po yung amount of atoms or amount of particles in a certain body. So yan po, hindi po agad yan yung timbang, no? Kasi when we say timbang, that is the weight. So mass is not equal to weight. So yung mass natin, this is a scalar quantity. And yung weight natin, this is a vector quantity that is accounted. It is accounting gravity. So it is accounting gravity. So yung mass natin is 80 kilograms. So kung ano man yung mass na yan, kahit nasa anong planeta yan, kahit nasa planetang walang gravity yan, yan pa rin yung mass niya. But for the weight, so yung weight po natin or yung timbang is dependent upon the gravity or the gravitational acceleration. So force is equal to mass times acceleration from physics na tinuro po natin ng math. So force is equal to 80 kilograms times acceleration. So kung ang acceleration natin is acceleration due to gravity, this force is now weight. So weight na po yan, or weight force. So times 9.81. Pero yan ba yung tanong? Hindi naman po. So pinakita ko lang po yung difference ng mass and ng weight. Then for the specific gravity, so the specific gravity is the ratio between the mass or the weight of a certain entity to water. So kapag ganun guys, yung specific gravity ng water, that is equal to 1. Kasi yung ulitin ko lang, yung specific gravity po is yung ratio po. So yung specific gravity is the ratio of, let's say, the density of yung kung ano man material yan. So let's say that this is the specific gravity of material X. So this is now the unit weight of X divided by the unit weight of water. So yan po. Or kapag ayaw nyo po ng unit weight, pwede din pong density. So going back here, so ang density po natin is rho. Okay, so or rho ng material divided by ng rho ng water. So going back here, sige. Though alam ko naman na alam nyo kung ano ang density, pero assuming na hindi pa. When we say density or kung gaano siya ka-dense, that is the ratio between mass and volume. So, ayun, mas masasabi po natin mas dense ang isang bagay kapag mas siksik siya. So, pag mas siksik siya, so given a certain amount, so kunwari meron po tayong box na ganyan. So, let's say that this is now the box. So, yan. So, kapag mas madami pong particles na nasa loob, kunwari siksik na siksik siya, so malamang yung mass niya mas malaki. So kunyari siksik na siksik siya. So given that yung mass nga po niya is mas malaki given a certain specific volume. Then kapag less dense siya, kunwari same volume pa rin same volume, pero yung mga particles niya medyo magkakalayo na. So hindi na po siya gaanong siksik. So yan, malamang ang tawag po dyan is less dense na. So yun lang po. Mass divided by volume, and yung mass po natin in metric units, maybe in terms of grams, kilograms, centigrams, decagrams, pwede ding metric tons, and the like. And kapag English naman po, ang mass natin is in terms of slugs, and yung volume po natin is a 3-dimensional entity. So cubic feet, so feet cube po yan, so 3 dimension nga po, ibig sabihin raised to 3. Then, ayun, sa metric, we have cm cube and meters cube. Basta mass times, mass divided by volume lang yan. Okay. So, for the unit weight, so ano pong pinagkaiba ng mass density sa unit weight or specific weight? So, take note guys, minsan sa examiner, pinag-iiba po yung tinatanong kung minsan specific weight, minsan unit weight. Parehas lang po yung dalawang yun. Okay, so proceeding. So what is once again the difference between mass density and unit weight? So ang mass density, it is mass divided by volume. And for unit weight, that is weight over unit volume. So nasabi ko naman na po kanina kung ano pong pinagkaiba ng mass and ng weight. And sa unit weight, parang density lang po siya. It is just that weight na po yung gagamitin. Okay, so if you can remember a while ago, so dito na po ako magsusulat. So that weight is just equal to mass times gravitational acceleration. So since itong mass na to, kung gagawin man po natin yung weight, so just multiply here 9.81. Kasi ito po yung gravitational acceleration natin. So kapag i-multiply po natin ng 9.81 yan, itong upper part, magiging weight na po yan. So weight divided by volume. So ganito na po yung magiging labas niya. And as you can see, weight divided by volume, that is already the unit weight. So magiging ganito na po siya. So conclusion po natin. So conclusion. So for rho or the density, mali. So for the unit weight, that is basically equal to density times gravity. So ito madalas yung maririnig to. Unit weight is equal to rho g. So yan, basic. Okay, so let us now go to our problem. So for our problem, so A lead ball has a total mass of 80 kilograms with a specific gravity of 11.3. Determine the unit weight of the ball. Okay, so meron pa po pala akong hindi pa nasasabi or hindi ko na ikompleto kanina, and that is for the specific gravity. So meron po ba tayong formula dito na specific gravity? So we have, so yung specific gravity, that is basically the density of liquid divided by the density of water. So yung density of water po, or of fresh water, this is basically equal to 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. So it is not hard to forget. So 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. So that is for fresh water. And if hindi po given sa problem na kung anong kind of water siya, ano po, we will assume that it is always fresh water. But for example, lang hiningi po is yung density po ng salt water or ng seawater. Kasi kung alam nyo po yung tubig alat, may asin na po siya. So let's say salt water. Nadadagdagan po yung timbang niya ng onti, no? So this is approximately 1027 kilogram per cubic meter. Or yung iba kasi 1030. So di ko alam, depende siguro sa asin. So I'm not quite sure on that. But in board examinations, ito po yung madalas na ginagamit. And if salt water naman po, binibigay po nila kung ano po yung unit weight or ng specific gravity ng salt water. Okay, so going back once again, so that is for specific gravity. So ang hinahanap po natin dito is unit weight of the ball. So ito po yung unang tanong. So nasabi po natin kanina that unit weight is basically equal to rho g. But do we have rho here? So basically wala po. So ayun, ano po ba pwede po natin gawin? So nasabi ko din po that specific gravity of an object, so the specific gravity of an object is equal to the rho of the material divided by the rho of water. So kapag ganyan, pwede po nating isolve ito. So pwede na po nating isolve ng rekta yan. So if not, if ano pala kasi, kapag sinolve po natin tong rho na to, imumultiply pa natin sa g. So pwede namang ganun. Yun nga lang, may mas mabilis na approach. So, same din lang po siya sa unit weight ng X or unit weight ng material divided by unit weight ng water. Okay, so kung ang rho ng water, so ito lang po, kung ang density ng water is equal to 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter, ano yung unit weight niya? So, for the unit weight of water, i-multiply nyo lang to by the gravity. So, hindi ko na po lalagay yung solution, no? So, 1,000 times 9.81 and that is 9810. So, 9810 newtons na po ito. Kasi, weight na po siya. So, newtons per cubic meter. Okay, so tandaan nyo to guys. So, ito and ito. So, hindi naman na po yan napapalitan unless mapalitan po yung gravity natin, no? So, 9810 or 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So, any of the two. Okay, so erase ko na po to. Siguro memoryado nyo na yan. Ang bilis ma-memorize yan. Okay, so lahat na lang yan para malinis ulit tayo. Parang nagbigay lang ako ng background on how to solve this. Okay, so for the unit weight of the lead ball, so considering that specific gravity is equal to unit weight of lead divided by the unit weight of water, we can now say that the unit weight of lead or of the material is equal to unit weight of water times specific gravity. So ito naman po palagi. So ito po. Ganyan naman po palagi. So with that taken into consideration, the unit weight of lead is equal to, what is the unit weight of water? Once again, that is 9810 newtons per cubic meter. So kanina napakita ko po, it is either 9.81 or 9810 newton meter cube. So sorry, ulitin ko. It is either 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter or 9810 newtons per cubic meter. So paano nyo po malalaman kung alin po dun sa dalawa yung gagamitin? So it would depend upon the choices. So kung ang choices nyo is in terms of newton per cubic meter, ito na gamitin nyo. And kung nasa choices is in terms of kilonewton per cubic meter, edi 9.81 yung gagamitin nyo. So it is kind of common sense already. Okay, so yan, multiply po natin siya ng specific gravity niya na 11.3, I should say. So 11.3. So with that, our answer here is now equal to 9810 times 11.3. So our answer here is now equal to 110853 Newton per cubic meter. So this is now our final answer. Or if gusto po natin siyang i-convert into kilonewton, so let us just divide this by 1,000. So ganito na lang para mas maayos, para mas makita nyo yung fundamental concept. So 110853 newtons per cubic meter. And if I want this to be in terms of kilonewton per cubic meter, so multiply po natin siya sa conversion factor natin na, so gusto natin po kilonewton nasa taas and newton nasa baba para mag-cancel out po yung newton. Then ilang kilonewton po ba sa isang newton, or ilang newton po ba sa isang kilonewton? So alam po natin na meron pong 1,000 newtons for every 1 kilonewton. And with that, so divided by 1,000. So ang answer po natin is 110.853 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So ito po yung sagot. So depende po sa choices kung alin po dyan sa dalawa yung gagamitin nyo. Okay. So next, so what is the diameter of the ball? Ano daw yung diameter? Okay, so kung ang diameter po ng ball ang hinahanap, so ano po ba dito sa mga given yung pwede natin gamitin po para malaman po natin yung diameter ng ball? So sinabi po dito meron daw po siyang mass na 80 kilograms then specific gravity na 11.3. So ito, note lang, di ba yung rho natin, that is equal to mass divided by volume. So given na po yung mass, which is 80 kilograms. What about for the volume? So pwede po nating masolve yung volume na yan dito sa specific gravity. So paano po? Kasi kung yan po, since meron na po tayong specific gravity dito, pwede na po nating masolve yung rho. So kapag nasolve na po natin yung rho, so given yung rho, given yung mass, pwede na po nating masolve yung volume. And from solid mensuration or from geometry, alam naman na po natin i-compute yung volume. Given, pwede na po natin ma-compute yung diameter given a certain volume. Okay, so with that guys, so erase ko na lang po muna itong lahat para dyan na po tayo mag-solve. Pero sige, iangat ko po itong answer natin dito. So ito po yung answer natin sa una. So for a moment. So ito po yung answer natin sa pinakauna. So unit weight is equal to 11.853. So pwede natin gamitin to, pero sige, ibang approach tayo para naman mas maging broad yung kaalaman natin. So hindi natin gamitin to. So pwede naman, as you know, pwede natin gamitin. Pero ang gamitin na lang natin dito is in terms of rho. So once again, rho is equal to mass divided by velocity, and substituting known values, rho is now equal to 80 kilograms divided by the volume. So meron na po tayong dalawang unknowns dito. And ayun. So kailangan lang po natin isang unknown. So what can we solve for here? So ulitin ko lang, pwede nating masolve yung rho. So yung rho ng lead is basically equal to the rho of water times the specific gravity of lead. So palagi naman ganito po. So substituting known values, yung rho ng water, dapat na-memorize nyo na po to. 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. And the specific gravity of lead that is given in the problem is 11.3. So 11.3. So this is now equal to, so 11,300 kilograms per cubic meter. So kung ayaw nyo pong maniwala sa akin, look at the calculator to your left. So 11,300, 1,000, I should say, times 11.3. So 11,300. Okay, so if this is the value for rho, so let us now substitute it to this equation. So Once again, rho is equal to mass divided by velocity. So, magiging 11,300 kilogram per cubic meter is equal to 80 kilograms divided by the volume. So, for the volume, so dito ulit tayo. So, I'm sorry, ang gulo. So, dito lang, volume. So, gagawin ko, cross-multiply na lang. So, with that, the volume is now equal to 80 kilograms divided by 11300 kilograms per cubic meter. So, ayan, looking at the calculator to your left. So, 80 divided by 11,300 kilograms per cubic meter. So, our answer here is now equal to 0.00708 cubic meter. So, napakaliit. So, I think it is better if we would be converting this in terms of cm na lang kaysa sa cubic meter. So, if we are to convert this into centimeters, so I would just be multiplying this by our conversion factor. So, since cubic meters to, lagay ako po ako ng meters dito sa baba. And cm na lang po dito sa taas. So, alam po natin na for every 1 meter, we have 100 centimeters. But since naka-cube po ito, and hindi po ito naka-cube, kailangan po natin i-cube to. So, this must be multiplied, raised to the power of 3. So, with that, guys, so looking at the calculator, so the answer times 100 cube. Masama yung cube dito? So, cube. So, ayan po. So, 7079.65. So, urong ko lang. 0.65 cm cube. So, this is now the volume. So, with that, if the volume is equal to 7079.65 centimeter cube, this is equal to, so ano po ba yung formula ng volume ng ball? So for the volume of a ball, that is basically equal to 4/3 pi r cube. So pi r cube, so alam na po natin yung lahat, radius yung hindi po natin alam. So pwede naman po natin i-shift solve na lang. So, looking at the calculator, so 7079.65, so that is equal to 4/3 times pi, nasa yung pi na yan, pi times r cube, so that is alpha x cube. So, 7079.65 is equal to 4/3 times pi times r cube. So, shift solve or shift calc para mag-solve. So, magpa-process pa po yan. So, ganun po yung kinapangit po nitong canon po na to. Medyo matagal nga po siya kapag mag-shift solve unless ilapit nyo po sa choices. So, 11.912 meters. Centimeters. So, ito po yung radius. Nasagot po ba natin yung tanong? So, hindi po. Kasi ang tanong po, ano po yung diameter? So, ayun, for the diameter, that is basically twice the radius. So, times 2 nyo lang po yung sagot dito. So, our answer here is now equal to 23.823 centimeters. So, ito na po yung sagot po natin for problem number 1. So, ang tagal po natin, naka 24 minutes tayo, isang problem na napaka-basic. Pero para lang malinaw, no? Sa mga lahat, lalo na review pa lang to. So we are assuming that all of you are, well, actually reviewing and medyo nakalimutan nyo na siguro, but I hope not. Okay, so let us now proceed. So problem number 2, 1 slug is equivalent to how much kilograms? So ang tanong po dito, ilang kilos daw po ang 1 slug? So okay, so the answer here is 14.6 kilograms for every slug. Tapos. Yan na po. So, bakit? Hindi ko alam. Yan yung na-invento nila eh. So, kung sino man pong nag-derive ng unit na yan. So, ganyan po yung conversion factor natin for kilograms 2 slug. So for example, meron po tayong 14 kilograms. Gaano kadaming slugs yan? So conversion factor natin. So times. So 14.6 po yung multiply natin. Hindi na. Kasi magbabaliktad. So dapat slugs yun sa taas. Kilogram sa baba. Tapos ilang kilogram sa isang slug? So 14.6. So 1 slug. So magka-cancel out na yung kilogram dito. And yung maging answer natin for this particular problem, or yung linagay ko sa baba, is 0.96. Pero hindi naman yun yung tanong. Ang tanong kung gaano kadaming kilos daw yung 1 slug. So pwede nyo pong gamitin tong conversion factor natin. So in the board examination, if it is still the same, so there are 50 problems in hydraulics and geotechnical engineering. So 50 po yan. So kapag meron pong 50 na ganitong tanong, top notcher na kayo. So sana ganyan lahat ng tanong, no? Pero at least kapag meron mang isang ganyan tanong, edi may 1 point ka na, 49 na lang para maging 100%, no? So ayan. Okay, so proceeding once again. So ito basic na naman po. So a liquid in a 750 cubic meter container has a mass of 1010 kilograms. Determine the following: mass density, specific weight, gravity force, and specific volume. Okay, so first question here. Ang laki naman to. Ano kaya to? Saan kaya nanggaling to? Anyway, na-curious lang ako. Nakita ko lang kasi yan sa reviewer. Okay, so ayan. So mass density. So mass density is once again equal to mass divided by volume. So the mass here is 1010 kilograms. And the volume is 750 cubic meters. So proceeding. So 1010 divided by 750. So our answer here is 1.35. Anong unit? Kilogram per cubic meter. So that is 4A, nalpas. So tapos po. So B, what is the specific weight? So just multiply rho by gravity. So for the specific weight, that is basically rho. Oops, sorry. Rho G. So that is 1.35 kilograms per cubic meter times 9.81. So mangyayari lang po dyan, maging newtons lang to. So meters per second squared. So this is now equal to, so just multiply this by 9.81. So our answer here is now equal to 13.21 newtons per cubic meter. So letter B. So C, what is the gravity force? So ano yan? Ano po yung gravity force? Balikan nga po natin yung ating formula. So hanapin po natin yung gravity force dyan. Pero spoiler alert, wala po tayong mahanap dyan kasi hindi ko nalinagay dyan kasi hindi naman kailangang ilagay. Kasi pag sinabi po natin gravity force, so pag gravity force, so it is a force. So when we say force, tapos may gravity force pa, it is basically the force due to gravity. Or in other words, parang sinabi ko po kanina, weight lang po yan. Pinaastig ko lang po yung pagtanong. Weight lang po yan. So what is the weight? So for the weight or the gravity force, this is basically equal to mass times the acceleration due to gravity. And in here, the mass is equal to 1010 kilograms times the gravity of 9.81 meters per second squared. So this is equal to, so 1010 times 9.81. So ang answer po natin dito is 9908.1 newtons. So ito po yung answer natin for the gravity force. Or what if, for example, ang gusto mong gamitin ito sa unit weight? So dito kasi unit analysis, no? Unit analysis. So ano po bang unit analysis? Kaya tignan nyo na lang po yung mga units. So kunwari, ito po yung unit weight natin. May nakita po kayo ditong newtons, may nakikita po kayong cubic meter. So sa gravity force, ang unit po dapat natin dyan is newtons. So paano po ba natin mapapalabas yung newtons? Kunwari given ito. So 13.21. So 13.21 newtons per cubic meters. Cubic meter. So paano po ba natin mapapalabas na newton lang to? I-multiply multiply natin siya sa volume. Kasi ang volume natin is in terms of cubic meter. So in our problem here, 750. So times 750 cubic meter. So pag binultiply mo yan, mawawala yung cubic meter. Di newtons na lang. So supposedly, we would be having an approximately equal, what do you call this, answer. So bakit approximate lang? Kasi nag-ground off ako kanina. So pag hindi sana ako nag-ground off, dapat exact same. So 9907.5 yung napalabas ko dito, 9908.1 yung answer. So mas accurate actually to. Kasi yung answer ko po para dito sa 13.21, nag-round up ata ako. So ano po ba yung dapat na answer dyan? So 1.35 times 9.81. So 13.24 naman pala. So nagkamali pala ako dito. So 24 to. So anyway, magkalapit. Malayo sa bituka. So ayan. 13.24. So ito na lang mismo yung unrounded. Yun na lang po mismo yung imumultiply ko. Alam ko na pala, nag-round up din pala kasi ako dito sa 1.35. So, nag-domino effect na. So, ayun, kung gagamit man kayo, it is better if mag-shift store kayo or ilagay nyo lahat. Kasi dito, nag-double rounding up ako. Nag-round up na ako dito, tapos nag-round up pa dyan. Kaya, nag-iba na po yung sagot dito. So, ito po yung pinaka-accurate na sagot. So, try nyo na isolve to pero wag kayong mag-round up or round off. Maging ganito din lang po yung sagot nyo. Okay, so that is for gravity force. Okay, next up. Ano po yung next na tanong? What is the specific volume? So the specific volume of a certain entity or a certain element. So di muna. Specific volume. So in some cases, small v to. In some cases, may nakita pa akong R. So, meron ako dito. So, ito VS kasi. Yung iba kasi R. So, that is basically the inverse of rho. Or, mas madali pong tandaan. Nasaan na tayo? So, pag sinabi po natin specific volume, that is basically, so VS ko na lang. That is basically equal to kung gaano kadaming volume or kung gaano siya kalaki given the mass. So, volume divided by mass or kabaliktaran ng density. Di ba ang density natin M over V? So, yan. Kabaliktaran po ng density T. Yan po yung specific volume. And pag sinabi po natin kabaliktaran siya ng density, Vs is equal to the inverse of rho. Or 1 over rho. So, since, once again, a while ago, nag-round up po ako dito. So, nag-round up po ako sa rho, kaya mas magandang gagamitin ko na lang na formula ito. Pero pag kampante po kayo sa answer nyo sa rho na hindi kayo nag-round, inverse nyo na lang po. So, in here, so yung Vs po natin is equal to volume divided by mass. So, volume is 750 cubic meters. And ang mass natin is 1,010 kilograms. So 1010 kilograms. Sorry. So our answer here is now equal to, so 750 divided by 1010. So our answer is now equal to 0.7426 cubic meter per kilogram. So this is now our answers for problem number 3. Okay, so next problem po tayo. So in here, the pressure gauge in a given tank reads 890 mm mercury. Calculate the equivalent height of column of oil. Okay, so before proceeding, let us have a background first on pressure kasi meron na po tayong bagong term dito na pressure gauge and the like. So yung pressure po natin in hydraulics or in fluid mechanics is, well, of course, dependent upon the height of the fluid and the property of fluid, specifically about the specific weight of fluid. Okay, so yung mismong formula po talaga natin for pressure, so let's say pressure P, so the pressure is equal to unit weight ng fluid divided by, times the height of fluid. So yan. So for example, that we have a big body of water. So kunwari yan po yung body of water natin. And let's say that this is a fresh water. So, kunwari, fresh water po yan. And let's say that there is a rock underneath. So, kunwari, may bato dito. So, if that is the rock, so for example, that in a certain problem, we are required to get the pressure of this rock. The pressure of the fluid that is taking into effect to this rock. So, ano daw yung pressure ng tubig dito? Okay, so ito lang po. So, for the pressure, so that is equal to the unit weight of fluid. So, for example, that this is a fresh water or a big body of fresh water. So, that is now equal to 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter times the height. So, for example, wala pala akong binigay na height dito. So, for example, that the height here is, let's say, 10 meters below water. So, just multiply this by 10 meters. So, if that is the case, meters cubed would now cancel out and meters. So, with that, our answer here is now equal to 98.1 kilonewtons per. So, kung kanina cube yan, tapos nabawasan ng isa, this is now equal to meter squared. Okay, so since this is pressure, so kilonewtons per square meter, basically kilopascal po yan. Kasi nga pressure. So 98.1 kilopascal. So yan na po yung answer dyan. Okay, so for example, so another example, so let's have a relatively very thin tube of water. Kunwari, yan po yung tube. Pero kunwari napakalaki din po, 10 meters. So, di ko alam kung may ganito sa totoong buhay, pero kunwari nga lang. So, let's say that this is now 10 meters. And let's say that this 10 meters here is closed. So, this tube is closed. And let's say that it is full of water. So, may tubig po dyan sa taas. Punong-puno po yan ng tubig. So, for example, that we are solving for the pressure underneath. So, for the pressure here, once again, that is basically equal to unit weight of the fluid times height. So, let's say that this is once again a fresh water. So, P is equal to, so 9.81 or let's say 9810 naman. So, kung yung 9.81 po, that is in terms of kilonewtons per cubic meter. Ang 9810 naman po, that is newtons per cubic meter. So, depende na po sa problem kung anong unit yung gagamitin nyo. So, newtons per cubic meter times height of 10 meters. So, meters would now cancel out. So, the pressure here is now equal to, so 98100 Newton per square meter or 98100 Pascal. So, Pascal na po yan. Okay. So, as you can see here, guys, so itong 98100 Pascal na yan, if we are to convert it into kilopascal, so just divide it by 1,000. So, 98100 divided by 1,000. So, that is basically equal to 98.1. So, 98.1 kilopascal. So, ayan. So, as you can see in this part and in the previous part, they have the same answer. So, regardless po, kahit maliit lang po yung reservoir natin or yung yun, reservoir na lang, wala akong maiisip na ibang term. So, for example, kahit napakaliit niyan, then you would be comparing it with this big body of water. Same lang sila because they are not dependent upon the whole volume. They are only dependent upon the height. So, yung taas lang, yun lang yung concern natin dito. So, kahit pa 1 kilometer to, no? Tapos, kunwari ito is, kunwari 5 mm. So, pag pressure po, height lang po yung inaatupag natin dyan or yung pinapakialaman natin. Okay, so, another thing here, so it is said here, pressure gauge or gauge. So, background ulit tayo. So, in fluid mechanics or in thermodynamics or in any subject that is involving pressure, we have this thing which we call gauge pressure. So, gauge pressure, and in some cases, it is spelled like this. So, gauge pressure. So, depende po sa libro yan. Yun, depende sa libro. Okay, and we also have this thing which we call, sorry, atmospheric pressure. And there is also this thing which we call absolute pressure. Okay, so absolute pressure is often called as total pressure. So etong atmospheric pressure, yan na po mismo yung pressure na nasa atmosphere. So we have these fixed units, no? So ito po yung mga values po natin dito sa mundo, dito sa Earth I should say. So for atmospheric pressure, constant po yan. So 1 atm. So that is 1 atmospheric pressure. So 1 atm, this is also equal to 101.325 kilopascal or 101.325 Pascal. So, kinonvert lang. And this is also equal to 760 millimeters ng mercury. So, ayan. Bakit to? Ano yan? So, parang yung example natin kanina. Kunwari, meron tayong reservoir. So, meron tayong reservoir. Tapos, kunwari, yung reservoir na yan, ang height niya is 760 mm. So, kunwari lang naman. So, kunwari 760 millimeters. Tapos, dito, punong-puno daw yan ng mercury. So, mercury. So, if that is mercury, and kunwari naka-close yan. So, ano yung pressure dito sa baba? So, the pressure here is equal to unit weight times height. So, ano po ba yung unit weight ng mercury? So, di ko memoryado pero ang alam ko, ang specific gravity ng mercury is equal to 13.6. So, yan. Specific gravity po yan ng mercury. So, in order for me to get the unit weight of mercury, what I would be doing is just that I will be multiplying specific gravity by the unit weight of water, which is 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So, yan. Times height. So, 760 mm daw kunwari yung tubo or yung reservoir. So, let us convert this into meters, no? Kasi naka-meters tayo dito. So, for every 1 meter, meron po tayong 1,000 mm. So, mm would now cancel out. So, this is basically equal to 0.76 meters. So, yun po yung height na nandito. So, multiplying all of the values, so 13.6 times 9.81 times 0.76, so that is basically equal to 101.396 kilo Pascal. Okay, so as you can see guys, ito 101.325 kilopascal yung pressure natin. So if considering 760 mm ng mercury, medyo hindi lang siya tumugma na 101.396. Siguro dito yung ginamit niya is 9.8 lang. So i-try natin na 9.8 lang yun nandyan. So instead of 9.81, 9.8 lang yung ginamit siguro. So medyo lumapit pero hindi pa rin eksakto. Pero itong mga to yung ginawa nilang base pressure. So 760 millimeters mercury daw yan. Or, so isa pa pong value dito. Sorry. So isa pa pong value ng 1 atmosphere is 14.7 pounds per square inch. Or, meron din po tayong 760 torr. So ito po yung mga values na ginagamit natin for atmospheric pressure. Okay, so what about for absolute pressure? So yung absolute pressure natin, so lagay na lang po natin pressure total. So this is basically equal to all of the pressures. So ito po, so total pressure or the absolute pressure is equal to the gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. So, ayan. So, yung gauge pressure natin does not account. So, does not account atmospheric pressure. And yung atmospheric pressure natin, of course, accounts atmosphere. So for example, meron po tayo ditong tubo na naman o kaya reservoir. Tapos kunwari, meron po tayo ditong, let's say, ayan, kunwari may fluid po tayo na nandito. Tapos kunwari, meron po tayong gauge na nandito. So yung gauge na to guys, mini-measure niya po kung ano po yung pressure na itong tubig or yung fluid na yan. And since ito po may atmosphere po tayo dito, meron din po tayong constant na 101.325 kilopascal. So for example, yung gauge pressure nandito, kunwari ito. Let's say that this water is 5 meters high. Then kunwari water yan, fresh water, thus 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So yun, for the gauge pressure, so for PG, gauge pressure, hindi po na dapat kasama to. So for gauge pressure, that is basically equal to rho na 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter times height of 5 meters. So yung gauge pressure po natin dito is 9.81 times 5. So ang gauge pressure natin dyan is 49.05. So kilopascal. So ayan, yan na yung gauge pressure. So kunwari yan na po yung nare-read na nandito. But for absolute pressure or the total pressure, dapat i-add mo yung pressure dito pati yung pressure ng atmosphere na 101.325. So with that, this is now equal to 49.05 plus 101.325. So ito na po yung total pressure. So ganun lang po kadali. So plus 101.325. So this is now equal to 150.375 kilopascal. So yan po yung mismong idea po natin ng pressure. Pero may sinolve po ba tayong problem? Wala. So pinakita ko lang yung mismo yung kung ano yung nangyayari dito. And ayun, solve na lang po natin tong problem na to. So in this problem, the pressure gauge in a given tank reads 890 mm of mercury. Calculate the equivalent height of column oil. So we have two approaches here. So yung isa shortcut, pero dun po muna tayo sa yung mas madaling isipin na gagamit po tayo ng pressures and whatnot. Okay, so yung first approach. So ito. Longer actually to pero mas madaling intindihin. Okay, so ano po ba yung pressure ng 890 millimeters ng mercury? So the pressure is equal to, so ulitin ko lang, this is unit weight times height. So substituting known values. So ano po ba yung unit weight ulit ng mercury? So ang unit weight ng mercury is 13.6. So ay unit weight tuloy, specific gravity. So specific gravity is 13.6 times 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So pag nalito kayo doon, okay lang kasi nalito din ako sa sarili kong sinabi. So ang unit weight ng mercury is itong lahat ng to. So specific gravity times unit weight. So this is the unit weight of mercury. So multiply this by the height. So if naka-cubic meters to, dapat meters din to. So convert nyo na agad. So this is 0.89 meters. So ang pressure niyan is equal to 13.6 times 9.81 times 0.89. So 13.6 times 9.81 times 0.89. So the pressure is 118.74. So ito na po yung pressure. So ngayon, given this particular pressure, alam naman daw pong kailangan height ng oil. Okay, so note here, the specific gravity of oil is equal to 0.8. So tandaan nyo din ito. So this is the specific gravity of oil. So considering that, so for the specific gravity of oil and the pressure na ito daw dapat, so kung ang pressure natin is 118.74 kilopascal. So, rho H pa rin yan. I mean, rho H, unit weight H or rho GH. Pero unit weight H na din lang yan. So, unit weight times H. So, for the unit weight, so the unit weight is specific gravity times unit weight of water. Pero ang ilalagay po natin dito specific gravity po ng oil which is 0.8 times unit weight of water of 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. Tapos height. So ano po ba yung height? Yun nga po yung di natin alam. So yan, height. So cross multiplying. So rekta na po natin sa calculator natin. So 118.74 divided by 0.8 times 9.81. So our answer here is now equal to 15.13 meters. So yan po yung answer natin. So ano pong implication nito? So considering na meron po tayong 890 millimeters ng mercury. So para po magkaroon sila ng equivalent pressure, kailangan po natin ng 15.13 meters na taas ng mantika or ng langis. Actually, to be honest with you guys, when we say oil, hindi ko po talaga alam kung ang tawag dito is oil as in langis or oil as in mantika. Basta 0.8, di naman tinatanong sa board exam kung anong klaseng oil yan, no? Anyway, so that is the first approach. Okay, so once again, this is the, let's say, the more traditional approach. And for the shortcut, which is, well, a shortcut pero medyo common sense din lang siya if you already know the fundamental concepts of pressures. So ito po yung second approach. Dito ko na lang po ilagay sa right side. So second approach. So for this second approach, actually i-equate lang po natin yung specific gravity nila times the height. So specific gravity times height is equal to specific gravity times height. So dito mercury, dito oil. So the specific gravity of mercury is 13.6 and the height is 890 mm. And for the other side, the specific gravity of oil is 0.8 and the height is actually unknown. So with that, solving for the value of each, so alam niyo naman na po siguro kung anong gagawin dyan. And ito. So cross multiplying, so 13.6 times 890 divided by 0.8. So our answer here is 15,130 mm. So if we are to convert this into meters, so times ulit. So meter sa taas, millimeter sa baba para mawala yung millimeters. So for every 1 meter, we have 1,000 millimeters. So basically, divide lang natin to ng 1,000. And with that, guys, we already have the same answer. So ito, 15.13. Yan. So ito kasi, nag-solve pa tayo ng pressure. Dito, rekta na po. So ganun lang po kadali if meron po tayong ganitong problem. So mga 48 na ganyan tanong na lang, top notcher na ulit kayo. So ayan, so that is for number 4. Okay, so next problem po tayo. So the elevation at the bottom of the tank shown is 4 meters. So ito daw po yung tangke, elevation daw po dito sa baba is 4 meters. So find the elevation of the liquid surface in piezometer B. So ito po yung piezometer B, ito po yung piezometer A. Regardless if may A and B tayo, wala tayong paki sa A. Kasi B lang naman yung tanong. So we are only concerned with this. So dito daw sa baba, meron daw water dito. So may tubig po dyan. And dito sa taas, meron po tayong langis or oil or mantika. Basta oil po yan. Okay, so considering na ganito po yung setup, since ang gravity po natin is going downward, so magkakaroon po tayo ng downward force dito, and since meron po tayong opening dito, kung gaano man po kalakas yung pagtulak niyan pababa, iaangat naman po niyan dito. So, iaangat niya yan dyan. So, kapag pinababa po niya yan, iaangat naman po niya yung part na to up until a certain elevation. So, up until dito. So, supposedly guys, no, kunwari meron po tayong, let's say, YouTube manometer. So, meron po tayo kunwari yung letter U na yan. Medyo hindi lang mukhang U, pero example lang. So, for example, ganyan. So, for example, meron po tayong iisang liquid lang. So, isang liquid lang yun nandyan, for example. So, pag isang liquid lang po yun nandyan, automatic po na same elevation po yung left and right. So same elevation po yan kasi kunwari yung weight po dito or yung pressure po dyan is P, yung pressure din po dito is P. So pantay lang sila kaya yan, pantay. However, if we are, let's say, to add another entity here, so kunwari meron pong ibang element dito, hindi na po sila pantay, no? So maaring ito is nandito na. Ayaw murong. Teka, let's assume na yan, tataas siya dito. Hindi na po pantay. Hindi na po niya kapantay ito. And hindi din po sila magkapantay. So it would depend upon the pressure. So just like this, no? So dito kasi merong oil, merong water. Kaya nandito banda yung elevation niya. Assuming na water lang sana yan, automatic pantay sana, nandito sana. Pero ulitin ko lang, hindi nga. So how can we solve for that? So for this, we would be having a certain equation, no? And yung equation natin dito is that the pressure here is equal to the pressure here. So yun. So yung total pressure po na nandito is equal to the total pressure that is in here. So ganun lang po kadali. Ganun lang po kadali yung approach. Okay, so ulitin ko lang. So the pressure at the... Nasaan na naman yung pen ko? So the pressure at the left or the pressure of the tank is equal to the pressure at the right or the pressure at the piezometer. So ayan. So ano po ba yung pressure dito sa part na to? So dito, meron po tayong 4 meters ng oil, tapos meron po tayong 1.5 meters ng water. So for the 4 meters of oil, so ulitin ko lang, ang formula natin for pressure is unit weight times H or rho GH. Pero yung unit weight na lang. So for unit weight of oil, so lagay ko lang muna dito yung formula mismo. So unit weight of oil times height of oil. Teka, ulitin natin. Ang pangit ng sulat ko. So the unit weight of oil times the height of oil plus water naman. So the unit weight of water times height of water is equal to kung ano man po ito. So unit weight of water times height of water. So ganyan lang po siya. So substituting known values, iurong ko lang po dito papunta sa right onte. So what is the unit weight of oil? So hindi po natin alam, basta multiply na lang po natin yung specific gravity ng oil sa unit weight ng water. So 0.8 times 9.81. So gano'ng kataas yung oil? So that is 4 meters. Plus unit weight of water, that is 9.81. So yung specific gravity lang naman ng water is 1.0. So times height of water of 1.5. So yan. So this is equal to, so ano po yung pressure na nandito? So that is 9.81 water. So gaano po ko ka-sure na tubig ho ito? Kasi yun po, ito po yung water. And malamang tubig po yung nandyan. And hindi po makakaabot yung oil dyan. So ganito po pala yung aspect, no? If this is a certain fluid that has a less specific gravity, so 0.8 po yung specific gravity dito, and ang specific gravity po ng water is 1.0, palagi pong yung mas mabigat is nasa baba. So regardless po, no, kunwari meron po kayong bucket, tas una nyong linagay yung oil. So for example, una nyong linagay yung oil sa container, so let's say that this is now the container. Then linagay nyo siya ng oil, kunwari yung oil napunta dito. Tapos maglalagay nyo ng tubig, hindi po mapupunta dito yung tubig. So mangyayari po, magpapailalim po yung tubig, tapos itong oil aangat. So palagi pong ganun yung case, no? Yung mas magaan nasa taas, yung mas mabigat nasa baba. And ayun, so ito na po siya. Ito na po yung water na yan. Okay, so 9.81 times height of water, and yung H natin is ito. Yung H natin is measured from this point up until this point. So yan po yung height ng water. So that is, let's say, H. So solving for the value of H. So kahit shift solve na lang po para rekta na. So 0.8 times 9.81 times 4 plus 9.81 times 1.5 is equal to 9.81 alpha x. So alpha x. So shift solve. Syntax error kasi dapat may But may multiplication kasi dito. So, plus 4. So, 9 kasi po to. 9.81. Then, para mas maayos pala, lagyan ko din dito ng multiplication. So, solving. So, this is now equal to 4.7 meters. So, yan na po yung h natin. So, yan na po ba yung sagot? So, hindi po. Kasi ang tanong po, find the elevation. Ang sinolve lang po natin is 4.7 meters na height from this point. Pero sinabi po dito na meron daw tayong elevation na 4 meters dito sa ilalim. So, ibig sabihin, from this point up until this point, 4 meters po yan. So, ang tanong dito is ano daw yung elevation. So, meaning from this point up until this point. So, by merely looking at it, we can now say that the elevation at B is equal to 4.7 meters. So, this is the height. Plus 4 meters. Para ma-count natin from the ground up until there. So, with that, our answer here is now equal to 8.7 meters. So, this is now our final answer for this particular problem. So, there.